Welcome to Toffee TV. It's instant match reaction. Burnley 2, Everton 1. They have put an enormous amount of pressure on themselves. They were the words of Sam Allardyce after the game. They have put enormous amount of pressure on themselves. They. Does that not say everything about Everton at the moment? That it's not anybody's fault. It's not my fault. It's his fault. It's his fault. It's that every single person at Everton Football Club at the moment seems to be passing the buck, whether it be the manager, whether it be the players on the pitch. Does that not say everything about where we are as a football club at the moment? That it's not somebody else's fault? Because that's all I can see. It's someone else's fault. Sam Allardyce, well, I'm only here for however long. It's his fault. It's their fault. It's their fault. That to me typifies exactly what's going on at Everton Football Club at the moment. Listen, we started the game quite well. We started with a bit more of an attacking lineup. We scored a good goal. The chances we missed in the first half, to be fair, we're very, very poor. We should have been 2-0 up, 3-0 up. Yes, Burnley had the chances, but you know, we've missed 3 good chances in that first half to finish the game off. And at half-time, Sean Dyche changed things up. He seen where our weaknesses were. He threw another big centre-forward on, and the pair of them destroyed our centre-backs. Because one lad on his own was destroying our centre-backs. This centre-back partnership is one of the worst I've ever seen in my life. Michael Keane, his rapid descent has been unbelievable how fast it's been. He just is... I don't know if he could deal with Sunday League players the way he can't deal with centre forwards who would just get the body in front of him. His positioning is awful. And then on the other hand, you've got Ashley Williams, a player who simply looks like he doesn't care, offers no leadership. I mean, this is the man who captained Wales, captained them to a semi-final of the Euros, and looks like he couldn't give a fuck about Everton Football Club. Got himself sent off at the end. Again, the old Morgan Schneiderlin, getting yourself sent off when things are not going well for you, so you don't have to deal with the problems. Club is an absolute shit show at the moment, and you know, it's not just the manager, it's the players as well. The players show no fight or leadership. Seamus Coleman come out afterwards and he said, you know, you said about confidence. He said, well, hang on, they haven't won a game in 12, and you know, we're coming here, we should be coming here to win, and yet we've fallen to bits. There's no leadership, but it comes... I was watching Allardyce's press conference, you know, speaking to Sky there, so kept on going on about Gylfi Sigurdsson missing the goal in the second half, and talking about missing chances. What about the defending? What about the absolute, disgusting, the basic defending that we can't do? He's been here since November, and his number one job was to get the defence sorted, to keep us tight, to get clean sheets, to get through games like today and last week with a clean sheet, to at least you nick a point and give yourself a chance. What we were doing early on when he came in, we were, you know, you think about the games early on, keeping a clean sheet and going at the other end and nicking a goal, and that's all we needed. And that's all you need in the Premier League. Now, I mean today, Dyche, how easy was it for him? Get the ball wide, throw it in the box, and you'll get something. And they did. Both goals are an embarrassment. One, the ball getting played behind Keane. Yes, Pickford should be coming off his line, but that's the second time that happened to Keane in the game, and he's just, he's never on it, ever on it. And the second one, they're all set up nicely, or in the zonal positions. Ashley Williams just switches off. Woods just drifts 5 yards off him. Ball comes in, bang. Ashley Williams didn't even know he was there. If he was a hitman, Williams would be dead. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing again. And, you know, Thierry Henry, that's who Walcott wishes he was, saying at the end there on Sky, Everton have got to be careful. And we have got to be very careful. Very careful. Because we're just getting worse and worse, even from winning position today. Everything going our way, playing well, making chances. But at the back, it's like the players in front of the back four simply don't believe in them. So, I don't know. It's just, I honestly thought Allardyce would just make us really boring, really compact, and we'd nick the odd game and you know, be good at home and nick the odd results away from home. But we look awful. We've got to get Jags. I think he's injured, isn't he? Got to get Jags and Holgate back at the centre back partnership. We've got to. So there's at least a leader on the team. Coleman, obviously his first game back today for a few weeks. Hopefully he'll step it up, and we've got to get Baines at left back. And we've got to have that base again. We've got to start taking our chances, obviously, as well. But, you know, at 1-0 up, a lot of teams today 1-0 up against Burnley would have rode that out and seen that game out. The threat they had was minimal. Just long balls pumped, and I know they're very good at what they're doing. And as I say, Dyche has smelled blood at half time and gone for it. But the reaction between the two teams is a disgrace. Half time, they've come out, yeah, we're 1-0 down, we're going to do this. We're like, oh, God. Fucking hell, another half of football to play. And it's the subs taking Gylfi Sigurdsson off, our most creative player, again. And he was asked about it again in the interview, and he basically just laughed. Yeah, awful. Again, second half, there's no control. We're second to the ball. There's no desire. That's the main thing, and that's the players on the pitch. There's no hunger. There's no desire. I'd love to labour it all on Sam Allardyce, but those players, there's no fight in them. There's no fight whatsoever. Burnley, won every second ball. We just stroll around the pitch. I'd love to have had Gary Neville on the commentary today to see what he thought of our players after what he said about Arsenal. There's no fighting them whatsoever. That should come from them. That shouldn't come from the manager. That should come from them to roll the sleeves up and go, this is not good enough. Have a bit of personal and professional pride. That's a team that hasn't won it in 12 games and hasn't come from behind to win a game in, 53 games, something like that. Fucking hell, that's a disgrace that we've laid down, for them. And the signs were there before they'd scored the first goal, signs there before they scored the second goal. Could the manager have done something about that? Could he have brought Holgate on and got 3 at the back? Could he have took Keane off? You can't... Listen, we should have been 2-0 up first half. But if there's a problem, you've got to fix the problem. And the problem was our centre-backs. They're shambolic. Michael Keane today, honest to God, he's given one of the worst centre-back performances I think I've ever seen in an Everton shirt against such poor opposition and so basic tactics, Sunday League tactics then. And you know what, if we'd done the same thing, their centre-backs would have dealt with it all day. They did deal with it all day, they dealt with it for the last 5 minutes, and that's another thing. Last week, last 10 minutes we go behind, how many chances do we create? 1. We've gone behind there with 10 minutes to go, how many chances have we created? 1, maybe. How many corners have we forced? 1. Crosses, 3 crosses, exactly the same that the goalie just took. No variation in them. It's a bit... This Everton team is fucking garbage. Let's get it right. It's garbage. And I'm still looking over my shoulder, seriously worried. Brighton next week, obviously, is a must-win. But I tell you what, if we don't win it, going into the game against Stoke and then Man City and Liverpool at home, fucking hell, the end of the season. Because I tell you what, other teams will fight for their club, for their fans. Our players will not fight. They will not fight. So I can't put that on Sam Allardyce. That's not Sam Allardyce's fault that our players will not fight for the shirt, will not fight for themselves, will not fight for the fans. That's not on Sam Allardyce. That's on the players. They will not fight. They will not fight for the first ball. They will not fight for the second ball. That's not on Sam Allardyce. That's on the players. They will not do it for us. And that's what worries me. That's really what worries me going into these last 9 games of the season. Yes, we only really need 1 or 2 wins. But I tell you what, one's got to be next week. Because if it isn't, then it's just not good enough by anybody. Starts with the manager and just down through the players. All they do is point fingers at everyone else. How about the players? Just roll up the sleeves and put a shift in for the fans. Forget about what he says. Put a shift in for the fans. And for the personal pride, professional pride, put a shift in for us. Because I just don't see enough players putting a shift in. And I see too many players beating. First ball, second ball, headers in the air, last-ditch tackles. The only one today was Jordan Pickford. Everyone else, after the initial, half an hour, garbage. Absolute garbage. Every single one of them. Only they can change it. Because you know what? The manager has tried, I will say, he's tried a lot of different things and nothing works because these players just don't seem to give a shit. And the captain showed that today, the fucking captain. The armband shouldn't have been anywhere near him. The armband should have been on Seamus Coleman. Simple as that. Simple as that. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments on another absolute shit show and grim day for Everton Football Club. Keep your eyes open for the player ratings. Baz's instant reaction. Baz's 3 points. 3 points. Imagine that, 3 points. See you later.